Okay, couple things going on here. One, we have to get a new dining room table. So this is just a fold out table that we have just hanging out in our garage for whenever we need an extra table. And it is so stained and gross that I threw a random Dollar Tree table cover on top of it. So we got the fun summer vibes, luau vibes going on. Two, I spent about $500. We did a major stock up. Oliver smells the chicken that's sitting on that table, so I definitely need to get that put up before he goes crazy. But I will be popping up prices. This is not $500 worth. This table is a little bit smaller. I feel like I would have had to do 2 tables anyway because of the amount that I got. That I'm gonna film this, put it away, and then I have like 10 more bags to unload and show you guys that as well. So stick around, grab a drink, and let's get into this grocery haul. I did have Walmart deliver all of this. I feel like I definitely would have gotten more if I went into Walmart because they have so many like fun things out right now, especially going into a new season, the summer season. But this week I may film dinners, I don't know, but for some reason I was just in my like comfy feels and I picked all of our like classic go-to favorite meals for dinner this week. So let's get into it. Definitely stocked up on some stuff that we have been out of for a little while. So we're gonna have burgers one night, burgers and fries. I picked up some hamburger buns. I got the Nature's Own perfectly crafted brioche style. Those looked really good. Also got a loaf of the Sara Lee butter bread. This is just for sandwiches, toast, like avocado toast, all the things, grilled cheese, whatever. I'm going to do a take on our, like, we've really been enjoying the easy enchilada casserole that I've made a couple times already using taquitos. I'm gonna do it a little bit different this time because I have some corn tortillas that I need to use. I'm gonna be doing like a shredded chicken, not wrapped in the corn tortillas. I'm gonna have like the corn tortillas on top and on bottom, the shredded chicken in the middle, refried beans on the bottom, put some enchilada sauce on top with some cheese and do it that way in the oven. So I got some refried beans for that casserole to spread out in the bottom. That's why I feel like I'm gonna film this week because I get questions all the time on certain meals that I make, and I've definitely taken recipes from other people and made them my own. So I got the traditional refried beans by Rosarita for that easy enchilada casserole. And then also for that casserole, so if I am, I'm gonna try my hardest. It just depends, guys. The nights here when everybody's home are kind of crazy, but be on the lookout for that video. And next week, the red enchilada sauce is also for that casserole, and I just kind of like pour it over the top. Basil, I am going to be making like a tomato caprese. I lost the word for a second there. A caprese salad as like a quick lunch option or on the side of a dinner. So the other items you'll see eventually, but I got the basil for that. I picked up some Pop-Tarts. I got the cookies and cream. Last time I think it's been a few weeks, but I got the fudge, I think. Yeah, like fudge Pop-Tarts. I don't remember what they're called, but this time I went cookies and cream. Bryce likes this type of like the desserty Pop-Tarts. And then I picked up the cherry Pop-Tarts. Everybody enjoys them, but I like to eat one of these in the morning before I do workout. So we've been out of them for a while. I went ahead and grabbed the frosted cherry since those are my favorite. Then this is they sell this in like a ramen form, like with the noodles and everything. And Mark actually really loves this stuff, but Pearl is the one who I keep picking it up for. Pearl really likes it. And we still have, I think, 2 packages from the last time. She doesn't eat it like all the time. But when I saw that they just had the sauce, I was like, what? So I went ahead and grabbed the sauce. This was just totally I saw it saying, like, if I would have went into the store, I would have picked this up even though it wasn't on my list. But they suggested it to me. Walmart suggested it to me since I have purchased the ramen with like the packets before with this. So it is a hot carbonara sauce that you can really put on anything, but since it comes in the ramen packets, I went ahead and picked that up. I thought she could do all sorts of things with that. She's really getting to know herself in the kitchen, so that's gonna be fun for her. We're gonna have hot dogs one night, and sometimes I throw some chili on the stove just in case. And sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I'm feeling, how the kids are feeling, how hungry they are. So I do like to have a can of this in the pantry for those random nights. So I grabbed the Hormel chili with beans, although I should have grabbed some tortilla chips because sometimes the kids don't like it on their hot dog, but they like to make their own like chili cheese dip and do chips in it. So, oh well, I've got enough. We don't need chips. Maybe I'll save this for next week or something and I'll grab chips for that. But anyway, I got some chili just to have in the pantry. Another night we are going to have some sloppy joes. This is just one of the things that I haven't made in forever. I don't know if I still have a pepper in the fridge, but I picked up a pepper a couple weeks ago for something that I never ended up making, and I thought I could chop it up and add it to this just to bulk it up. So I just got the sauce. There's a couple really good like homemade sloppy joe recipes out there, but it's going to be convenience on some nights. So I grabbed a jar of that. The Rayo's tomato basil, I'm going to be making a pasta dish, so I needed some spaghetti sauce for that, so I went ahead and grabbed that one. Definitely my favorite. The SpaghettiOs were a request from the kids. So Bryce and Pearl like SpaghettiOs with meatballs, so I grabbed 2 cans with meatballs, and then Rose requested it without meatballs, so I went ahead and grabbed 2 without, just to have in the pantry. Those are just random like after school or weekend meals that they will make. We are running low on our whole bean coffee, so I went ahead and grabbed the Dunkin'. I definitely like to pick them out myself so I can like sniff them and just look at them a little better than online, but I felt like I couldn't go wrong with good old Dunkin', right? So definitely smells good. I can smell it from here. So the whole bean coffee is for our Ninja Luxe when I make my coffee in the morning. So grab that. A couple snacks for the kids to take to school. So I picked this up quite a while ago and the kids really enjoyed it. So I got it again. It's 20 packs, 5 of each flavor that you see here. So Oreo, Nutter Butter, and they're like the small little ones. Ritz with cheese, and then Chips Ahoy. And then I also got a chip snack. There's 18 bags in here, and this is one, I have picked this one up before, but I feel like I always go for like the regular chips, and my kids are definitely getting into like spicy things right now, so this has a nice variety. It's got the purple bag, which is what Rose calls it whenever I go to the store. She's like, hey, can you grab the purple Doritos? It's the spicy sweet chili is what the flavor is. It's got the flamin' hot Cheetos. It has Funyuns, salt and vinegar Lay's, which all the kids really like that, and then it has the spicy nacho Doritos, which Bryce really likes the Dorito. So that's a good mixture for the kids. Stocked back up on the sodas. I got 2 different Cokes. I got the cherry 0 sugar and the orange cream 0 sugar. I've really been enjoying this when it's like really hot outside. I'll sit on the back patio where the dogs are just hanging out in the backyard with a book. Sometimes I do it in the morning, just depends on the weather, but oh, my SpaghettiOs fell down with coffee. But I'm really enjoying the orange cream soda. So I went ahead and picked those 2 up as far as like Coca-Cola is concerned. And then Mark really loves Mountain Dew, and I don't even know if I've ever picked up this in the 0. Typically he will get this like if we're at a gas station or something, and this weekend we went to a gas station. We were helping my brother move, and we stopped for a little drink on the way to his new place, and Mark got the 0, and so I knew when I was ordering groceries, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get a case of that for him. So there's 12 in each of these, but I got the Mountain Dew 0 for him. Slivered almonds, I love to put these in with green beans on the stove. So I did buy some green beans. You'll see those in a little bit. But what I do is I just throw those in a skillet with some garlic, some butter, and these almonds, and just saute them until I feel like they're done. And it is a delicious side dish. So I went ahead and grabbed the almonds for that. The chocolate wafers, like the melting wafers, I got this for Rose. She loves to dip all sorts of fruit in chocolate. So I grabbed that for her. We don't have any in our pantry. This is what I'm going to use the Rayo's for. So I think we might have 2 pastas this week. It just depends on how things pan out. But we're going to have spaghetti and meatballs. That's on the plan. We can easily move that to next week if I need to. But the main pasta dish, I wanted to have this ravioli. It's mozzarella cheese, so it's just the cheese in there, family size. I'm going to add to that though, not just regular ravioli. I'm going to saute up some zucchini and Italian sausage and add that to it, kind of bulk it up. And that just sounded really, really good to me. So that's what we're gonna do. for dinner one night. Then I've got a little bit of produce here. I've got some avocados, again, for like avocado toast. And then this is the one thing that Mark asked for this week. He's like, can you get me some avocados? So I got a bag of I think these are the small ones. The small avocado. So it always says like 5 to 6 in a bag. So got those. Grab some bananas. These are very, very tiny. I feel like, I don't know, they look tiny to me, but they're really small bananas. This is just for random snacking on. Baby potatoes, I picked these up just in case I want to do like a random roasted veggie side to a dinner one night. So I grabbed the baby red potatoes for that, as well as these halved Brussels sprouts. I'll put these together on a sheet pan and just season them and stick them in the oven and roast them until I feel like they're good. I thought that would be a good side for dinner one night. The celery I grabbed just in case. I don't think I'm gonna make cheeseburger soup, but I do still have everything else besides the celery for cheeseburger soup, which is one of Mark's favorite meals. I definitely picked up enough to go into next week. So the cheeseburger soup might be moved to next week, just depends. But I grabbed some celery for that. Here's the green beans. You can use canned green beans if you want in the skillet with the almonds, garlic, butter, but fresh green beans is definitely the best way to go. They are super delicious. I do cut these in half because these are kind of long, but they're gonna be so good. I grabbed, here's the 2 zucchini that I'm going to dice up and add to a skillet with some Italian sausage. And then I will add the pasta sauce to it. And then once it's nice and heated, cooked through, I'll throw in the ravioli and just heat those up until they're done. And that's just really elevating your pasta dish, in my opinion. I learned that from Every Plate years ago, doing zucchini and Italian sausage. It is so good. All right, I grabbed some sugar snap peas just for snacking on. I got some hummus too. I think that's in another bag. You'll see it on the next table setup that I do. But sugar snap peas for snacking on. I grabbed a salad. We do still have one salad from last week. I think it's the pizza one. I never ate that one, so we're gonna have to eat that like right away. We'll see what I make for dinner tonight, but we're gonna have the pizza salad with that, or I may have it for lunch. Who knows? It's right before lunchtime right now. But I grabbed another salad just to have on the side of a dinner or for me to eat for lunch. And I got the Southwest style one this time. That sounded good. Here's the chicken. I just got a fresh rotisserie chicken, so I'm gonna pull that right away while it's still warm. You can still see the steam. This is what Oliver smells, but I'm gonna pull that and get that in the fridge. That way it's already ready for me for when I do the easy enchilada casserole. I'm doing like a different take on it. I'm gonna try something different this time. Since the kids are a fan of that dish, I thought I would mix it up. So I grabbed that. Cinnamon Cheerios, protein style, family size. I did grab these last week and I still have about a quarter of the box left. I had it several mornings last week for breakfast. That's why I got the Pop-Tart. So I was like, that's so much quicker than sitting down and having a bowl of cereal before I do my exercise. So anyway, I went ahead and grabbed another box just so I know I've got some options for breakfast. That's my favorite. I have it with the Fairlife. I still have plenty of Fairlife milk, but that's what I add in there, the fat-free Fairlife milk. Coming back down here, baby carrots. This is another just like snacking option with the sugar snap peas for the hummus that I bought, but also the dogs. If I ever have to say the word TREAT to get them to come inside, which I do have to say a lot for our puppy Maple. She would live outside if she could. But we're surrounded by dogs and I don't like to leave her out there without supervision just in case, because she's still tiny. She could maybe fit under the fence. I don't know, dig a hole. So I keep a close eye on her, and to get her to come in, I have to say that word. And instead of giving her like an actual, treat, I give her the baby carrots, a little healthier of an option. So I grabbed another 32 ounce. We still have about half a bag left over from last week, but this will definitely, get eaten up snack wise and all the things and go into next week. I'm hoping next week is like minimal groceries. We shall see. We'll see how much we eat this week. I don't know. There's 5 of us in the house, and sometimes I got extra kiddos over. I got a big bag of broccoli. This is one of my favorite vegetables to roast up. I also like them steamed. So I got a big bag. I will probably go ahead and half this, keep half of it in the fridge and then half of it in the freezer. That way it doesn't turn, but normally for me, produce lasts a good 2 weeks. And then if I'm not eating it by the end of 2 weeks, I really got to make plans on eating it. So went ahead and got that. Another just breakfast or snack option. I got the Premier. Normally I was buying the pancakes, but Mark noticed the last time we went into Walmart several weeks ago, he noticed that they had waffles, and we picked up the chocolate chip waffles. I don't know if I filmed that haul. I'm not sure. There was a time there where I wasn't filming for a little bit. There was just too much going on, but we picked up the chocolate chip ones and they were so good. So I got the normal ones this time just to give them a try, but there's 10 waffles in here. It's 14 grams per serving. How many waffles is a serving? Is it 2? It's 2 waffles. So with the pancakes, it's 3 pancakes, 210 calories, but this is just really, really good. I enjoy it. All right, one thing that Bryce requested, he asked for hamburgers, but I got the great value 12, the 12 count, 100% pure beef burgers, 80% lean, and they are raw, so ready to cook, but I got them that way I could season them up myself. Another thing he asked for, but they did have several on the app at Walmart. I need to go into Walmart and see, but most of the time I can find the vitamin waters at H-E-B. I just rarely go into H-E-B. 1, it's always crowded. 2, it's a little further away. I pay for Walmart Plus, so why not utilize the delivery? You know what I mean? But he really, every time we go to my parents' house, they always have vitamin water. And he likes the strawberry watermelon, I believe. They did not have that as an option on Walmart. They had several other flavors, but he's also really been into lemonade. So I saw that they had a lemonade one and I went ahead and grabbed that. So it's the vitamin water. I don't know if my parents pick up the 0 sugar or if it's normal, but every single vitamin water that I saw on the Walmart app said 0 sugar. So anyway, I just got the lemonade because he has been into lemonade and I figured he would like that. Oh, that's kind of heavy. So I got a 6-pack of that. Here's some more produce. Cucumbers, the mini snacking ones. The girls like to snack on these, so I grabbed those. The cherub tomatoes, these are for the little caprese salad that I'm going to be making with the mozzarella pearls, which is not on this table. It'll be on the next table. It's still in a bag in the kitchen. All right, I like to have salsa on hand just for random snacking. The kids, we add it to like eggs in the morning sometimes. So I always like to have salsa in the fridge, and I like the fresh made salsa. So I grabbed the Fresh Cravings restaurant style salsa for that. Got some more drinks back here. 2% milk is for the kids, for cereal, for drinking, whatever. And then Rose and Bryce really like the True Mood chocolate milk. So I grabbed a little that's a half gallon. Yeah, it's like a half gallon of chocolate milk for them. And then I think this is all like non-food stuff. So stocking back up on paper plates. I don't want to do more than 1 load of dishes a day. So sometimes we do paper plates, actually a lot of times, especially on the weekend when there's extra kiddos over. So I grabbed the Great Value Everyday Plates. It's 150 in there. Then I use vinegar in my dishwasher instead of jet dry, and I also use it in my laundry, in my washing machine, just to help take out any like nasty smells, especially if I don't swap the laundry right away. You know what I mean? If you put a load in the wash, then you forget about it, and it's the next morning and you're like, oh dang. The vinegar helps to keep the stench away. I don't know about longer than like 1 full day. I haven't gone that long, but 1 full day you're good with the vinegar. It helps not to create any moldy smell. So that's what I use that for. I got 2 packs of the paper towels just to have a backup. I think I have 1 more, so I went ahead and grabbed some more. I'm gonna be doing some deep cleaning in the next couple weeks. So I grabbed 2 packs of these Sparkle paper towels, and then we are completely out of quart storage bags, so I went ahead and re-upped on those. I got the Great Value slider 50 count of the quart storage bags, and then I got a big old pack of toilet paper. We have 2.5 bathrooms in the house, so we gotta have toilet paper everywhere so we don't run out. So this is a 30 count. Yeah, 30, and the Charmin Ultra Strong is my favorite. I get the soft sometimes if they don't have the Ultra Strong, but the Ultra Strong Charmin is my favorite, and Charmin is my favorite brand. So that's 1 table. Let me get this stuff put up. I'm gonna put more bags out here. We're not done yet, and I'll show you guys some more groceries that Walmart delivered for me to get to our, I don't remember the exact total, but it was around $500. Okay, didn't quite fill up the table, so that's that. But I would have filled up the table if everything that I ordered came in. So I forgot the $500 total. I did have Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar. That's Rose's favorite. They said they didn't have any in store, but it's being shipped, so it's gonna be here tomorrow. I also got 10 blind bags for my other channel, but also they said they couldn't find them in the store. They're being shipped, they're coming tomorrow. They're Harry Potter ones, I'm very excited. And then cat food. I got a big bag of dry cat food, and they did deliver that, but I already put it up because I do not need the dogs sniffing it, getting into it. There's been a couple fights before if I like leave it on the ground, so I immediately put that up. So that was delivered, big bag of cat food. So I forgot to let you guys know that. There's 3 things that you guys are not seeing that are included in that total. But everything else I'm popping up the price and you guys can see how I got close to that $500. So here's everything else. The watermelon, it was leaking a little bit. It's over my tablecloth, so that's a bummer because I don't have another tablecloth. Like, look at that. It's fine. I'll just wipe it off. But I did get some watermelon. The girls absolutely love watermelon. So I grabbed that. Got some yogurts. I have really been loving these yogurts. They are just like so creamy, and most of the time I have them on the side of whatever I'm having for breakfast. But sometimes I will have them for snack too. If I'm like eating too much for breakfast already and I just cannot fit it in my stomach, I will have it for snack. And these are my 2 favorite flavors right now. So I really like the lemon tart. I tried to get the lemon tart last week and they said they didn't have any. So normally I just get 2 at a time. I put in 4 and they had 4. So I'm very excited about that. I got 4 of those. These ones are just sold singly, but the cherry you can get in a 4-pack. So I got a 4-pack of the cherry. It's the Oikos 000, 15 grams of protein in each little cup. So like I said, I love to have those. I have one pretty much every single day. I did grab some quick, easy foods for the kids. Again, either after school, weekends, or sometimes Rose is actually like my pickiest. It's weird the things that she will eat and she won't eat. It's just, she likes avocado toast, but she doesn't like sloppy joes. It's just like weird to me. It's just like mashed potatoes, you know, it's just random things that she doesn't like and unique things that I feel like a child might not like, but she likes, I don't know. But she loves corn dogs. So this is like a go-to if I'm making something for dinner that she is just not into, because these are singly wrapped and I can heat up. She'll eat like 2 at a time. So I can heat up 2 and she'll be good to go. And then she'll eat like whatever veggie we're having on the side, but some main meals she's just not into. So I got a 16 count of the 100% beef corn dogs, mainly for her. Pearl will eat them occasionally. Bryce does not like corn dogs. So it's really just for Rose. Like I said, Pearl occasionally. Here's the sweet Italian ground sausage that I got to go with that ravioli. Like I said, I will cook this up. I will add in some diced zucchini and just cook it until it's the consistency. Like I like the zucchini to be a little bit more soft. So I'll just cook it until the zucchini is soft, and then I will add in the tomato sauce and the ravioli and cook it until the ravioli is done. And that is just a super easy, delicious dinner. Here's another like snacky item that I got. I love to have pizza rolls on hand. Baked up a bag last weekend. Mark and I went out to a movie, and so I cooked a quick dinner for the kids before we left. So I just baked up some I was about to say cinnamon rolls, some pizza rolls, and they were good to go. And then the girls chomped on some cucumbers. Bryce is not a huge veggie fan. He'll eat fruit occasionally, but veggie, no. So I set out some cucumbers and strawberries and pizza rolls, and that was their dinner while Mark and I went to the movies. So anyway, I grabbed a bag of the combination. Just like I said, I like to have this on hand. The sliced Colby Jack cheese, we like to put cheese on our sloppy joes. So I grabbed 12 slices is what is in here. That for the sloppy joes. I got 2 pounds of ground beef. Sometimes it really just depends on if there's going to be a couple extra kids over or not. 1 pound of ground beef with the sloppy joes is enough for the 5 of us. We like to have leftovers. But if there's extra kiddos, I might double it. I only got 1 can of the sloppy joe sauce, but I feel like I have ingredients in my kitchen and pantry to bulk it up to do like semi-homemade if I need to. And then if I don't end up using both, I will have one for the freezer for next week, future use, you know, we'll be good to go. So I did go ahead and put 2 in my cart, and I got 2 for that reason. Italian style meatballs, I have about half of a big pack of thin spaghetti, and spaghetti is like an easy dinner night idea. And we like to have meatballs when we have your traditional spaghetti dinner. So I grabbed a bag of the Italian style meatballs for that. And then typically when we like to have, or when we have pasta, we have some kind of garlic bread, garlic knot on the side. So I tried to get the Great Value, but they didn't have it. So I had to get the New York, just a little bit more. Great Value is obviously going to be a little cheaper. That's Walmart's brand, but I got the New York garlic knots. This is going to go on the side of the ravioli, I believe. really it could go on the side of whatever, but I think I'm gonna put this on the side of the ravioli. Like kids can they like to dip it in the spaghetti sauce. And then the Texas toast, I got 2 boxes. There's 8 slices in each. I thought we could use this because I only got 1 pack of hamburger buns, and that's for the hamburgers that we're gonna have on the weekend. I thought we could use this for our sloppy joes. I'm either gonna do like an open face sloppy joes, especially if we have extra people over, or we can make a sandwich out of the Texas toast. I don't know. I feel like I saw somebody do it a while ago. And when I was going through the garlic nuts, I saw this and I was like, you know what? We're going to do that with our sloppy joe. So I got 2 boxes because if we do the sandwich wise, we make it into a sandwich, we'll need 2 of those, and this will only make 4 sandwiches. So there's 5 of us in the house. Well, I guess we could have gotten away with 1 box because Rose doesn't like sloppy joes. Anyway, that was my thinking for the Texas toast. We're gonna try it. I feel like we're just gonna do open-faced sandwiches, and that's gonna be better. And then we'll just keep that in the freezer for another dish. But I got 2 of those. Here is some more produce fruit-wise that we got. This is like the trio that the girls and I like. I'm actually more of a raspberry, blackberry, blueberry fan. I didn't get blueberries this week. And Mark and Bryce like the strawberry. So Driscoll's is definitely my favorite brand in our area. This is like the best looking fruit ever. So you can see how vibrant the color is. Hopefully it's coming across. I feel like you can see it there coming across the camera really well. But I got a 2-pound pack of the strawberries. Like I said, the boys really love the strawberries, and Rose, this is like the main fruit that she likes to dip in chocolate, do chocolate covered strawberries. Then the raspberries I like to have with breakfast sometimes. I'll add them to my yogurt every now and then, or just have them on the side. So I got a 12-ounce pack of the Driscoll's raspberries, and then same with the blackberries. The blackberries, I feel like I don't really add this is more of like a side fruit for me. I don't really add it to anything yogurt wise or things like that. Blueberries I will, but blackberries, because they're a little bigger, I like to have these on the side. So I mean, like, I know it's kind of, can't really see it with the light and everything, the glare, but this fruit just looks so good. French fries are to go on the side when we have burgers. So I just went with like the fast food feel, extra crispy fast food fries. So I grabbed that. Here's the hummus I was talking about with a little watermelon juice on it, but I grabbed some hummus just for snack. Look at that watermelon juice. This wasn't even in the same bag. I don't know how watermelon juice got on so many things, but anyway, it's fine. I'll just wipe it off. But hummus to go with the baby carrots and the sugar snap peas. Here's the mozzarella pearls. I got to make just like a little side salad with the cherub tomatoes and basil. I have the balsamic glaze from Trader Joe's. So I thought I would just make a little side dish. I don't know what I'm going to put that on the side of. Maybe when we have spaghetti, who knows, but side dishes. Lots of options for this week. I've got a 3-pound bag of the Halos. Rose and one of her really good friends loves oranges. So I like to keep stocked up on these. I think we have 3 left from the last time I picked these up. So went ahead and got another bag. The breaded okra, Pearl and I will devour this bag together. Mark eats it occasionally, but Pearl and I love this stuff. So we don't have any in the freezer. And I was like, you know what? While I'm stocking up and having like all the options available, I went ahead and added it to the cart. 12 ounces, super delicious. The chicken thighs, I feel like I got these for a reason, but right now I cannot remember why I got chicken thighs, because a meal is not coming to mind when I think of chicken thighs. So I either had something in mind or Walmart like suggested this to me and I was like, you know what, that sounds good. We're going to get it and maybe it'll go on the meal plan next week. I have no idea, but chicken thighs, there you go, boneless, skinless. This is a 3.29 pound package. The bagel bites is something else that I just like to have in the freezer, and I feel like I haven't picked them up lately. Typically I go for the pizza rolls because you get like more in there. It's better for multiple kids. I mean, 40 is still a lot, but I don't know, they're a little bit more messy. So I haven't picked these up lately, but I went ahead and grabbed that. That way we are stocked with all the things in our freezer. Speaking of Rose not liking things, she is not a cheeseburger fan, so I got hot dogs also. So we're gonna have like a hamburger / hot dog night. So that's why I was like, we're gonna do that on the weekend, and we'll do it when we make sure like kids are spending the night so they eat up. We don't have too many leftovers. But I grabbed the ballpark bun size Franks for her when we have the hamburgers, and then I also got the buns. We like the top sliced buns, so This is the Pepperidge Farm 8 in here, top sliced, soft white buns. This is not from Walmart. This is for my other channel. I'm pre-filming. I have a surgery coming up. I think I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not sure. A little self-conscious about it, but I'm trying to like batch film, so I'm not missing too much. We'll see. We'll see if that happens, but I do have a surgery coming up, so that's for the other channel. Quest bars, protein bars. I don't eat them very often, but Mark does. And Bryce does occasionally. So I got 2 flavors that I know the boys will like. This is the Quest Chocolate Brownie. There are 4 bars in there, 1 gram of sugar, 4 net carbs, 20 grams of protein. And then I got the cookies and cream. You can see where their flavor profiles lie. This one has 21 grams of protein, but same 1 sugar, 4 net carbs, and there's 4 bars in there. Protein drinks, I have one of these every single day. I don't know the last time I bought vanilla ones. That's Mark's favorite, but we still have like 10 in the refrigerator every week. I look and I'm like, so he's not drinking them right now. So typically I will have vanilla for Mark and then some kind of flavor for me. But like I said, he has not been drinking them lately, so he still has vanilla, just in case anybody comments. I know a lot of y'all are really observant with my groceries. So we have plenty of vanilla for Mark for whenever he wants to take one to work or drink on the weekend. I, however, do have one every single day. I mix it in. I feel like a broken record, but I get new people all the time. I mix it with 8 ounces of coffee, so it's like a little pick-me-up mid-morning. And the cinnamon roll flavor is my favorite right now. I really enjoy that one. So I got a 4-pack of that. And then I do like the caramel as well. So I went ahead and got a 4-pack of the caramel. I was hoping to get the lemon, is it lemon bar, I believe, because I'm going to make it into a pudding. And then I screenshotted, somebody commented something else I should do with it, and I screenshotted it. I can't remember exactly, but there's another recipe or another idea I want to do with it. Could not find it at H-E-B, Walmart, or Target, which are like the 3 grocery stores in my general area that I go to. So I ordered some off Amazon. So I got a 12-pack coming from Amazon of the lemon bar. I wanted to make sure I got that so I could make these recipes with it before like they were like not in season anymore. And then last but not least, hopefully I did not forget anything on the other table or this one. Typically when I do this amount of groceries, I'll forget something, I'll skip over it. But if you're watching the screen and not just listening, I do try to pop it up. So you guys can see, like, I'll try to pop it up real quick. Like if I happen to skip over the breaded okra, it'll be on the screen like breaded okra, this amount, whatever. So I try to do that when I'm editing. But anyway, last but not least, hopefully I was able to share everything with you guys, is unsweet vanilla almond milk, Silk brand. I add this, I make like a homemade protein creamer. I take this and some protein powder and I just whisk it up, froth it up, and I add it into my coffee as a little homemade creamer. So that's what I use that for. And that, whew, I feel like I was trying to talk faster this go around. That is everything that I got for groceries from Walmart for well over a week. Some of this stuff is gonna go into next week, but I'll try to film some dinner, some fun little easy, delicious, kid-friendly dinner ideas for you guys. I haven't done a food video in a while, but with that, I hope you guys liked this grocery haul. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.